I would like to back him up, but he'll take an attack of opportunity and get whacked by her again. And also it would allow her to get past and get to the squishies, so... Hold the line and pray right now. Oh god, 21 damage to the fighter. I do not get why his attack roll is so bad right here. Okay, nice, good damage. Nine more to nat 20 from the kobold.
Arcana,
okay, we're out of cleric stuff. I'm out of heals. Alright, I use Spare the Dying to stabilize her. So she's got a move called Graze, where every time she swings, even if she misses, we take damage. Wait, now he suddenly had a 75% chance to hit. Whose attack are you concerned about? This guy, the archer. Rogue level 2. Oh, that was 84%. You missed 84%.
Arcana,
Miss. Oh, he's down. No, we failed. Oh, the kobold quest is over. And now she dies. Key member down. Use Ether Pearl. I don't know what that is. It says 1 use remaining. Or do not revive. Say don't revive. Alright, how do we get them up? Short rest? Okay. So, if the game had allowed me to, I would have loved to have leveled up before that fight. But we were not given that chance. Because we had enough XP for level 3. But we're trying to figure out, like, how we can do the level ups, which I think we'll be able to use this campfire to do it. But on the open road, it did not see a way to do that. Also, the fact that the kobold couldn't throw the grenade in the fight, that was really weird. Because when I fought them, they freaking did that on turn 1. Like, a bunch of kobolds threw grenades at me turn 1. Alright, advanced leveling. Alright, level gain, subclass, wait, what? Mana Painter or Star Child? Mana Painter spells, missing string table entry. Mana Shield. Whenever you cast a spell first level or higher, you gain 10 hit points equal to 3 times the level of the spell slot used. Mana Drain. On a melee hit, do 2d8 plus your sorcerer level force damage to the target. What? You also gain sorcery points equal to half your sorcery level. When you successfully hit a target, you must finish a long rest before you can use this main action again. Okay, so once per long rest, you can try to melee for a move that hits really hard and gives you a spell slot back. Alright. Star Child. Star Child spells, unknown. Shooting Stars. Whenever you cast a spell with metamagic and succeed with the attack roll, or a target fails the initial saving throw, they are also... We can't get metamagic to work half the time. They are also hit by a number of small shooting stars equal to the amount of sorcery points used, each doing 1d4 plus 1 force. Okay, I can't get Star Child to work most, or the metamagic to work most of the time. So I will take Mana Painter. Okay, what have we got? So, these are level 1, these are level 2. So level 2 spells. Enhance ability. See Invis. Shatter. 3d8 thunder damage. Half damage on a con save. Construct has disadvantage on the save. So 3d8 and it's AoE at range. And even if they resist, they take half. Scorching Ray. 3 rays of fire. Each ray does 2d6. So these can miss, but up to 66 potential damage. Dark Vision for 8 hours. Calm Emotions. Ray of Enfeeblement. Magic Weapon. Make a normal weapon magical with a +1 to attack rolls and damage rolls for an hour. Blur. Enemies have disadvantage attacking you for 1 minute. Blindness. Target is blinded, negated by a con save. Life Drain. On hit does 2d8 necrotic and grants you the same amount as temp hit points. 120 foot range. Acid Arrow. On hit, 4d4 acid and 2d4 acid delayed damage at the end of the next turn. So 6d4 potential damage. We'll still do half damage on a miss. Hold Person. Target is paralyzed, negated by Wisdom save. I think Scorching Rays. Oh, do I already have Acid Arrow? Oh, Mana Painter. This spell is always prepared. Same with Calm Emotions, Color Spray, and Bane. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting Acid Arrow for free. I'm taking Scorching Ray. Shatter? Okay. Cleric. Let's see, gain level. Subclass. Life, Oblivion, or Battle. Life, life domain spells. Disciple of Life. Whenever you cast a spell with a spell slot that restores hit points, it regains 2 plus expended spell slot level additional health on the turn you cast the spell. Preserve Life. Channel Divinity to restore 5x your cleric level hit points divided among your targets. Divided, so like an AoE heal? That's pretty cool. Alright, Oblivion. Incomplete data. Gatekeeper. Heal a dying ally that you can see within 30 feet of you for 1 hit point at the start of their turn. Can be used a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier per short rest. That's actually incredible. Because all you really need in battle for healing is, can you keep them above 0? And this is when they're dying, you heal them for 1, so this gets them back on their feet. And you can do this, like my Wisdom modifier is +3, so that means 3 times per day I could use Gatekeeper. That's pretty cool. Passive ability, allies within 30 feet have advantage on death saving throws if you're conscious. You always have advantage on your own death saving.
Crunchies and guild dues.
Thank you, Orly Vamp. Herald of Pain. Channel Divinity to do 2d8 plus your cleric level on each hostile creature within 30 feet of you. Each? Right now he can channel Necrotic to do 1d8 to one enemy. A target also has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks for up to 1 minute. That's 10 rounds. Half damage and no disadvantage if they Wisdom save. So they still take 1d8 on a Wisdom save. A creature can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect for itself on a success. Okay. I like being a healer. This is pretty neat. Battle. Divine Fortitude. Gain 3x your cleric level and temp hit points once per long rest. So, right now that'd be 9 health. Armed and Ready. You can perform the somatic and material components of spells even when you have weapons or shield in both hands. Because weapon swapping is free action, this isn't really a big deal. Because I can just weapon swap to an empty hand, do the thing, and weapon swap back. Decisive Strike. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can use Channel Divinity to do an additional 2d6 plus cleric level force. On a fail, con save, the target will also become incapacitated until the beginning of the next turn. That's kind of cool. I have to go Oblivion, though. Herald of Pain looks amazing. Gatekeeper looks good. I have no idea what the domain spells are for any of them because the tooltips are incomplete. Fighter level 3. Advanced leveling. Okay, gain a hit dice. Subclass. Ether Warden. Gains 2 cantrips from the wizard spell list. Select 3 level 1 spells from the wizard spell list. Ether Warden spellcasting. You've learned to cast spells through connection to Neokos. You cast spells using spell slots and regain used spell slots after a long rest. You know 2 cantrips of your choice from the wizard spell list. Whenever you gain a fighter level, you can replace one of your cantrips from this feature with another wizard cantrip of your choice. You learn more cantrips at higher fighter levels. You start with 3 prepared spells from the wizard spell list and gain the ability to prepare more spells as you gain fighter levels. Whenever you gain a fighter level, you can replace a spell on your list with another wizard spell for which you have spell slots. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability for wizard spells. 10. Mythology of Might. When casting a wizard spell, you use your Constitution modifier for your attack roll and your save difficulty class instead of int if it's higher. Okay, so then 14. You can also ignore somatic components and the need for a spellcasting focus. Okay, that is pretty neat because that would mean just having a couple of additional level 1 spell slots ready to go each day. Like Magic Missile. Magic Missile never misses. That's a level 1 spell. So a couple of times per day, the fighter could go finish off those low health targets. That's actually quite good. What are we competing against? Commander. Gruff Authority. Starting at 3rd level, you gain proficiency in 2 of these skills. Athletics, Intimidation, Investigation, Insight, Perception, Persuasion, or Survival. Additionally, whenever you make a Charisma, Intimidation, or Charisma Persuasion check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to Strength modifier, which is kind of like Intimidate. Rousing Shout. Starting at 3rd level, you can use a bonus action to give yourself and friendly creatures within 30 feet of you advantage on their next attack until the start of your next turn. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Con modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. That is also nice. So that means twice per rest, I can do a shout where the whole party gets advantage on one attack, which means they roll twice and use the higher number. Gruff Authority, I don't know that I really care about. Rousing Shout could be great. But it's still dice rolls. You know, like you could roll low twice in a row. Ether Warden gives the ability to fire, like I could fire like 3 magic missiles off. And again, like that's guaranteed long range sniping damage. I think I would go Ether Warden. And we are absolutely... Oh, wait, hold on. This is select 2 cantrips. Okay. So, Light, we already have in the party. Don't need it. True Strike. Attack with your spell's casting weapon using your spellcasting ability for attack and damage rolls. On hit, deals the damage type of your weapon, radiant, or your weapon's damage type. Huh. Wait, what? Okay, so that's not really better than just swinging the thing. Shocking Grasp. All right, so these are cantrips. 1d10 fire at 120 feet range. Dazzle, Shadow Daggered. 1d10 psychic negated by a wisdom save. 60-foot range. Mystic Armor, gain 3 temp hit points for 1 minute. So it's a cantrip that gives you 3 buffer health. I mean, it would be good if there's nothing else you can do with your turn, but she can always at least try to shoot a bow with her turn. Chill Touch, 1d10 necrotic, and they can't heal. Bees, guaranteed range damage. Ray of Frost. Poison Spray. It's called Spray, but it's actually single target. It's not a cone. So this is up to 30 foot, 1d12 poison damage. So we'll take the guaranteed hit, because there's often opportunities where you got to finish off something at 1 health. Acid Splash I think Acid Splash is the only thing here that's AoE. Because it does a bubble of it. So I'll take those two for the cantrips. Those are the freebies. Okay, so these are the tier 1 spells. So Magic Missile. That's 3 darts that do 2 to 5 damage. And you can have them all hit 1 target or separate. Burning Hands is 3d6 AoE. Featherfall, amazing in rare circumstances and useless the rest of the time. Color Spray is AoE blind. Ray of Sickness, attempt to do 2d8 single target. Shield. Shield is cool because it's a reaction. Basically, someone starts to hit you, and they would hit you, and you can spend a spell slot to just make this blip into existence and block the hit. It's a reaction move. Identify. You can identify things on a long rest. Comprehend languages. Is Chromatic Orb AoE? Range hit 1 enemy 90 feet. 3d8 of your choice. So Comprehend languages, we might have some kind of... This is a ritual. Ritual spells can be cast without spending a spell slot if the spell is in the spell book or prepared. Okay, so Comprehend languages, this could be amazing in rare circumstance. Thunderwave, 2d8 thunder damage and attempts to push targets away, could potentially knock things off of a cliff. You know, I'm gonna take Comprehend languages because that opens some doors that would otherwise be closed to us. So she's got a big AoE hit for our level, guaranteed damage hit, and Comprehend languages. I like that. Okay. Interesting subclasses here. Like, these are all new to me because I've never played this edition. So like a lot of these, I remember Life Domain Clerics, but even the Life Domain Cleric in this game is different from what I know. Okay. Steady Aim. As a bonus action, give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. You can use this feature only if you haven't moved this turn, and after you use it, your speed is 0 till the end of the turn. Okay. So, good for shooting, obviously. Subclass. 2 options. Scavenger. Serrated Edge. Once per turn, the first time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you deal an additional 1d6 slashing damage to that target. That is pretty cool. It's kind of like an extra sneak attack thing. Lucario says some of them are weird combinations of many subclasses. I think some are ports too from source material but changed to avoid copyright. Haggler. You and your party can buy items for 10% less and sell for 10% more in shops. Shadowcaster. This is like the thing the fighter got. You can cast spells through trickery, use spell slots, 2 cantrips. Is 3 spell slots from the wizard list, and gain the ability to prepare more spells as you regain levels. Intelligence. Shadow casting. Whenever you deal damage with spells requiring an attack roll, you can do sneak attack also as if you were using a finesse or ranged weapon. All other rules for sneak attack still apply to you. Alright. That's cool. But we did just get spellcasting on the fighter, so why don't we go scavenger? Like, that is pretty cool. Thing is, like, he's already got the bow. Like, if he needs to do a ranged attack and he has to use an attack roll, just use the bow. You know? As I don't think, yeah, I mean, like, Poison Spray would be similar damage. Well, I mean, at higher levels, Poison Spray would overtake the bow for the basic attack, I guess. It's 30-foot range, so shorter range. Hold on. Oh, man. I don't care about the haggling thing. It's a nice bonus, but it's not going to, like, change my thing. So either 1d6 additional damage on like every turn that he lands an attack, is basically Scavenger. Shadowcaster is, again, we would have like another person with a huge AoE for the part of the game we're dude, Shadowcaster, yeah. It's like Shadowcaster, as long as you got spell slots, it's better. If you run out of spell slots, it's like, okay, it's worse now for the short term. But then even in the later parts of the game, using an upgraded poison spray is going to be better than the serrated edge of the other thing. So it's just like only in the early game when out of spell slots is this worse than the other option. That's the only time it's worse. So guaranteed damage hit for niche situations. Poison spray, I guess, would replace his basic attack, possibly. Uncheck these. Okay, Burning Hands for the AoE option, Magic Missile for guaranteed hit option. We already got Comprehend Languages in the party. So could do the Reactionary Shield or Featherfall, which, you know, could save a teammate in a weird situation. I usually am pretty good about keeping him away from enemies, so I don't think Shield's going to get a lot of chances to shine. So I'll take the Featherfall for weird situations. Interesting. So fighters and rogues in this game have a subclass giving them arcane magic. Can he still identify an item? Beautiful Greatsword is Greatsword +1. Beautiful Hide Armor is Hide Armor +1. Okay. I thought they could only identify one thing per turn. That did not seem to be the case there. Alright. Sort by armor. Send this to them, and is this better than what you have? Not proficient with Hide Armor. It's worse. Kind of wish they had a merged inventory like in Baldur's Gate. This is kind of annoying. Actually, wait, did Baldur's Gate have a merged inventory? I don't think it did. I think I'm misremembering. I think Baldur's Gate had individual inventories. It's just, you could click and drag things to move them between characters more easily. Alright, this is the exact same stats as what he currently has, but it's worth a lot more, so I guess we sell that. Okay, what about that Magic Greatsword? So, I have a thought. She has cantrips now. We get rid of the bow, and we put the Magical Greatsword there. And we use the Magical Greatsword for attacking, but we always end the turn with her putting the shield back in her hand. That's what I'm thinking. So pew pew with spells, attack with that, end turns with that. It's foolproof. There's no downside, chat. There's no downside. We got throwing axes? That's cool. Can I, like... Oh, no. I was wondering if I could, like, label things as, like, you know, for sale or something, but I don't see anything like that. I like how that guy's body hit the ground after I was done doing everything. Okay, so this whole thing started when they opened the... We attacked them. Wait, hold on, what's going on? We opened the gate and there was a bunch of murder cats in here. Wow. Okay. He's almost over-encumbered, though, so... And I've been sending spell scrolls to him. I think a sorcerer is worse than a wizard at using, like, a scroll, but I think he's still better than anyone else in the party. Okay. Quick save. Yo, I'm having a really good time with this, chat. It's got me, like, looking forward to when they finish the game. I almost forgot I was in early access up until I was doing that level up and all those things said like invalid tooltip. Meh. And then I was like, oh, that's right, it's not done yet. Okay. All right. So the kobold from the random event that popped up did die there. Unfortunate, but they did a lot of damage before they went. I feel like was a bug or not what they intended. The fact that I couldn't use the grenade unless I stabbed someone first, that was really odd because we fought kobolds. They didn't have to do that. So it was inconsistent with what we'd already seen. But he did get a lot of archery shots off. He probably got like 30 or 40 damage in. So that was good. So we are going to save it here because it's about that time. Make a new save there. And it's done. And we will pick it up from this spot next time.